Okay, I apologize for that introduction to the video, but that is what I was doing for about 70% of the episode of Doctor Who tonight. Yeah. There are no words, there are no verbs, there are no sentences for me to describe how I'm feeling to you. That episode was so fabulously put together. I don't even know how to describe it. It was beautiful. It was dramatic. And it was confusing, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I wrote. So confusing, my brain was exploding half the time. So dramatic, I was screaming for 70% of the episode. And so beautiful, I cried twice. Okay, I should tell you, it was so dramatic because, like, from the very beginning to the very end, it was dark. And then there's just, like, house. Everyone thinks that's Omega, right? Like, a bunch of people think that's Omega, and then you're just like, Time Lord, this is gonna be scary. Okay, anyway. If that's Omega, do you know how this season is going to be fabulous? From the first episode, even if you didn't really think that it was good as tonight's episode, from the first episode you could tell this season is going to be so good. But now you're just convinced how good it's actually going to be. Because it's like the first few episodes set the tone for the season. The first two episodes really set the tone. Then the third one was kind of just like, okay, we're taking a step back from drama. We're just going to have a nice episode here. Although pretty scary, we're going to have a nice episode where Rory dies again. And now they went straight back into drama. It's just like, it was so dramatic. And then it's just like, the Doctor actually cried, and okay, I'm gonna mention that again later, but it was just like, this house takes control of the TARDIS, because the house eats TARDISes, and you're just like sitting there like, what? It's just like, it's a salad. It's a salad. I'm sorry, I'm making myself laugh, because I don't feel very good right now. Because the end of the episode depressed me. I feel like I'm gonna be sent into a spiraling depression because of the end of the episode. It's like House eats the TARDISes, and then he took control of the TARDIS, and Amy and Rory are on the inside, and they're like trapped there, and you get to see other parts of the TARDIS you've never seen before, and we're all fanning like, ah! Because it's just like you've never seen it, and it's scary good, because it's like, instead of just the control room, now you actually see like corridors and all this other stuff, and you're just like, oh my god, and you're pulling your hair out. Well, that's what I was doing. And then they killed Rory again. What in God's name is wrong with them? Do they have a grudge against Rory? They killed him, and then he just came back, and then you're just sitting there like, duh, what just happened? But it was so good, because it's just like, they land on a junkyard planet outside the universe, and it's just like, ah! I'm sorry, I told you I couldn't use words or verbs to describe how I'm feeling. So anyway, I told you how my brain was exploding. Oh, my brain was exploding. I'm gonna tell you a funny part. Like when the Doctor and the TARDIS were talking, and then it's just like, I kept up with what they were saying, but I didn't understand it at all. So I was sitting there like, duh, half the time. Like, I mean, I understood parts of it, but then I'm sitting there like, oh, what? And then and then when the TARDIS said, I stole a Time Lord and ran away, I'm just like, oh my god. They are soulmates, and I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like crying. I was almost crying when she said, I stole a Time Lord and ran away because she wanted to see the universe. Oh, and he was the only one mad enough. I'm sorry. I'm crazy. And then he's just like, I borrowed you, and then you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm totally, like, really, my face is burning, which means I'm gonna cry any second, so I'm trying to cool myself down. So that was the first time I almost cried. Well, actually, I did partially cry, like a tear fell from my eye, and then the very end of the episode, Oh God, I don't even want to talk about it because that's the part that made me feel really, really, really sad. Well, sad isn't even a word. I felt so dejected at the end of the episode. I didn't even know what to do. Like, as I was saying, I felt so dejected at the end of the episode. I didn't even know what to do. And when they found out, and when the doctor said you're dying, she was just like, I know I'm dying. Of course I'm dying. And then it was so sad. And then I just like this episode. The end of it is gonna make me cry. From that second on, I knew I was gonna cry. Knew it. And then at the end of the episode, she like in the old doctor's room. Oh my God! That's all I have to say. Oh my God! And then when they were talking and the doctor actually cried, I was okay. This is gonna sound like I'm crying, but I'm actually not. I'm trying to hold it in. When the doctor started crying because they were gonna say goodbye or hello or whatever it was, it was so painful. Oh my God, it was so painful. Especially for real Whovians, it was painful. And then when he cried and said, "I love you," I'm just like. And everyone, pretty much the whole world, anyone watching that episode was sobbing. Anyone would be sobbing their eyes out at that moment. I, my older brother said, "Are you crying?" Because he saw like my back, like I was leaning over trying to hide my tears. And then my brother said, "Are you crying?" And then I said, "No, I'm not crying." And then I ran across the house into the bathroom, and then I'm just like tweeting on my phone. This episode was horrible. It made me cry. But the episode was actually very beautiful. If you really think about it, it was, damn it, I have to say, it was fucking amazing. And I hate saying that word, but it was so amazing. There are no words to even put in a sentence. It was amazing. The only thing to describe the doctor's wife was amazing. Amazing. Gaiman, you're fabulous. One of the best episodes ever.